Luke Taylor here with my guy Ben Curtis. So I played golf. I played golf last week at first time of the year. It was on January 1st. And for people that don't know,
you waited a long time, huh?
For our listeners that don't know, we both live in northeastern Ohio. And golf, I've golfed in February before. I've golfed, I don't know if I've ever golfed in January. It's cold and no carts, which whatever. So I played Stream Song Black, which was phenomenal. We're going to put some, I'm going to put something, me personally, on our blog site, on our website, and also on our Patreon page, kind of about Stream Song Black. So the one thing I wanted to ask you, and we actually drove my wife and kids down to the Orlando area, and I want to get my game better. So I'm about a 7.2. I really want to be at like a 9 because then make me 11 handicap because I'd be dangerous in tournaments. But here nor there. My short game is not the greatest. It's good, but it's inconsistent. So I want to work on 150 in. I know I need to lose weight. Okay. My wife told me I have to lose 25 pounds so I can get on the zip line for this family vacation we're going to in July for a wedding. So I need to lose a little bit of weight. I'm going to. Okay. So what would you say are 3 things that someone like myself, because I mean you said you're a has-been, but you've been there, done that, and you're still a very good golfer. What can I work on? Like, what are the 3 things you think that I can work on in the off season?
Well, it's a great question because I think, everything that I'm going to say here, it'll be effective for people like yourself, and it's even effective for tour players. Okay. So what I'm going to say here, and it's 3 simple things that everybody can be able to do. So first thing, fitness and nutrition. And you mentioned it, right? But
that's the first damn thing?
That's the first thing, right?
Okay.
Because it's a great time to get stronger, get more flexible. Also to lose some weight if you need to, or gain weight. Some guys need to gain weight, gain some strength.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So get stronger because the game now is more power, right?
Yep.
So I work with my students, and that's what I'm with.
And this is
college, they're working out every day.
And this is what you did. So when you're off season, because this is the I guess off season for the PGA Tour was what, last month?
Yeah, basically December, November, December are usually the time off. And, for up here in Ohio, it's November, December, you got 4 or 5 months, right? Where you're not really playing at all.
No.
So it's a great time to get in better shape. Flexibility, probably more so than, getting stronger than that. Most amateurs, as you get older, get tighter, you get less turn. So you lose a lot of power in that because you're not getting the turn. So that'd be a great thing, stay away from the sweets. Eat more protein.
Did my wife text you?
No, I'm just. This is just my.
And does it really? I mean, you look at guys on the tour like Pat Perez says he's not going to work out. Right. John Daly, I don't, and John personally, probably Pat Perez personally too. I mean, they're great golfers, but or you look at Phil Mickelson, for instance, he had a huge body transformation. Right. It's really cool. But I mean, does nutrition and fitness play such a big part in getting you kind of the next level?
Well, I can. I mean, there's certain people like Stadler did it, and he lost a lot of weight. I know a good friend, Carl Peterson, lost some weight, and their game actually didn't improve. It actually probably got worse, and they felt more comfortable with. So it depends on everybody, but I think if you can do it, I don't think it can hurt you in any way. If you're gonna feel better, you're gonna feel stronger. You're gonna have more energy. A lot of times when you're out of shape, right, you lose. Especially on tour, every shot counts, and every it's a big, it could be $500,000 thing. And if you get tired and make a mental mistake, that's where it is more than anything. You make a mental mistake.
Right.
So it is important. But so number 2, it's a great time to make equipment change or adjustments to your equipment. Okay. So don't, you see a lot of people, they wait till July and they go buy a new set of irons or clubs.
Right.
Well, by the time the competitive season's over, you're just now getting used to the clubs. Now you got all off season to not really work on it as much. So it's a great time, to buy the new equipment. One, I think you can get a better deal too.
Okay.
It's not considered so much golf season.
Right. But when you're trying out new equipment, like for me, I'm a visual person and a feel person, and that's kind of creepy because we're alone in this room right now. But do you think so? I've tried out clubs before. I got some new clubs. I got some Titleists, and we're not sponsored by anybody, not yet. But if anybody's interested in sponsoring us, so I got some Titleists a couple years ago. Tried them out, played with them. Mm-hmm. It's winter right now for a lot of people in the Northeast, the Midwest, Mountain West. January, February, March. these TrackMans and some of these different simulators, I mean, are they really realistic to kind of get a feel of what the club is going to do for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously you don't get the visual
No.
of it, but you get the feel.
Right.
You're hitting off mats, but
Right.
you do get kind of a sense of how far they're going to go, because
Okay.
I know every time I made adjustment change, for tour player, feel and the look is, kind of the visual of it are the two most important things. You can adjust the lie and
Right.
loft on it to hit it different distances.
Right.
So, but it's a great time to do it. If your clubs are, loft and lie are off, it's a good time to get them checked. So that way you're not wasting time during the season when you could go out and play and actually practice. You're spending time working on equipment, right? So it could save you a little bit of time there. So I think it's very important, and I think the TrackMans are great. I mean, I'm working with kids, and even when I get on there, it's really realistic. I mean, it's amazing what they can do. I know I hit a 9-iron about 140 in the air, and there it is.
Yeah.
I get on there, and that's about what I hit.
One thing I need to do is I regrip my putter 3 years ago. It's just worn out. The problem is I've got a Odyssey White Hot. It's probably like a 15-year-old putter. Now I tried your putter, and I was pretty darn good. So I think I need to get a tour only Scotty Cameron. We got to have Scotty Cameron on here. Be like, we need to give a giveaway and just rig it so I win it.
Yeah.
Would that be bad?
No, it wouldn't be bad. It'd be good for you, right? Not our
So-
listeners that could use a putter too. But
Who cares about that?
yeah, but yeah, it definitely. I mean,
Yep.
Putters. There's guys on tour that have used putters for a long time. For years.
Yeah. Did you change clubs much?
I did not. Driver probably more than anything.
Right.
You're looking at shafts all the time, trying to get more distance and accuracy and things. Putter was more of a look and feel.
Yeah.
I pretty much used the Newport 2 my whole career.
Okay.
I just loved it, and every now and then I would change it up when I was struggling, just to give my eyes something else and different feel. But I always went back to it.
Right.
Wedges we would switch out quite a bit, just based on where you were, firmness, softness of the course.
But a guy like me, or the maybe above or the average golfer, or people get into. I mean, does equipment really make a big difference year to year?
No, I think if you know your equipment, that's more important.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you can do with those clubs in your hand.
That sounds like some marital advice. Yeah.
But the easiest ones to make, the woods and irons, or woods and driver, are the easiest to switch out more often. Irons and wedges, putters, it's more about the feel, look, and having confidence with it.
Right.
You can get, you can give a good player, a bad player a blade, so to speak, and if they like the look of and feel of it, and I used to, even though I used more cavity back and stuff when I was playing, that when I used those, it just gives you a feeling of confidence, and it's all about confidence.
Right.
So the third thing, work on your fundamentals, right? It's never too, you can work on your grip, your posture, your stance, ball position, things like that.
But how do you do that if you're not being able to play golf?
Well,
outside.
You can do it at home, right? You can set a couple sticks down, so for alignment stick, and then one for ball position, perpendicular. So you can put the ball there. You don't even need to take swings, but work on that grip. If you got too strong of a grip, you're trying to weaken it up. Just get the club in your hand as you're watching TV or something, just to kind of get used to that feel, right? If you get the right hand underneath too much, and you need to get it more over top, just putting the club in your hand a little bit, This kind of goes along with the fitness, part of it, having better posture. Most guys are a little rounded, hunched over, too much knee bend, not enough, let's say up. So you need to kind of balance it out. So get in front of a mirror, kind of imagine you're somebody like Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, some of those that have really good, Roy McIlroy, have really good posture, and just kind of try to
get in front of a mirror. Yep.
Get in front of a mirror and just try to work on that as best you can.
You know what happens when I get in front of a mirror? I'm like, oh shit, what happened to me? So I need to work on one. That's my biggest thing, is working on one, tweaking the equipment and getting it all ready.
Just make sure that they're loft and lies where they should be, right?
Right.
You don't want an 8-iron that's bent to a 7-iron. You got a 7-iron that's at a 7-iron. So now all of a sudden you got two clubs that are the same.
Right.
So make sure that you got the gaps in there and things like that. So that's what I mean more than
Right.
anything. But too many times I see people, members at Country Club of Hudson that, got the member guest coming up and they go buy a new putter or new driver 2 days before the event.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you need to at least a month out would be
Right.
ideal so you get used to it, especially for a big tournament like that, for somebody like yourself and that. So,
thank you. That's my PGA Tour
hey,
right
we're
there.
having Jason Day on our podcast, and I text him, and he's like, I can't do it Monday because I'm testing all week. So he's going out to California, so he's at TaylorMade, I would imagine. I think he's still sponsored by them, and he's going through all his stuff.
I don't think he's with TaylorMade anymore.
Is he not?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, but
Creating rumors. I don't know.
No,
I could be
anyway,
wrong,
but wherever he's going, he's
Right.
going out there. Before he even starts the season, he's getting his
Right.
equipment, make sure he's got the right stuff in his hands.
Let me ask you something. So that's 3 good things that you can easily work on anytime and probably
you don't
sooner
need
than
to
later.
be anywhere, right? You can do
Right.
it from home.
Right. What do you have any goals for 2021? Any golf goals? I don't want to hear about your personal goals. Do you have any golf goals? I mean, one of the things you told me you want to start playing more.
Well, I do. My son, my daughter are playing a little bit, so I
Yep.
want to get out with them more.
Right.
And as much as I can, play with my students a little bit
Yep.
as well. So,
Is there any courses you want to play, or any trips you want to take?
Well, I mean, obviously,
Maybe I'll get invited. Just saying.
obviously, Bandon Dunes would be unbelievable. Ireland, Scotland, it's always fun to play those links golf.
I'm thinking like maybe playing like a local course or like.
Well, I'm getting to that.
Okay. Sorry, my bad.
Starting big, going small. I got to get down to Kenton, Brookside again. I love that.
That's a great
I haven't
place.
played it in a few years. Canterbury, I haven't. I mean, I played it a couple of times, but the more I play it, the more I really enjoy it. So.
I've never played Canterbury. What about anything local, like a Fowler's Mill? Have you ever played Fowler's Mill before?
Yeah, I played Fowler's Mill. Yeah.
Or Windmill Lakes? I mean,
Windmill, I played it last year.
Yeah, go to Windmill Lakes.
With my son a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Kent State's home course.
Yeah, I just getting out and playing with him. It's been a dream come true. You don't. It's only going to be for a few years, obviously. When he's growing up. But,
right.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's funny how your golf goals, like for 2021, because you've been there and done that, and there's my golf goals. I want to be able to hit a 3-wood. I cannot for the life of me.
Struggle getting in the air or what?
Yeah, I do. I'd rather hit my 4 hybrid.
Yeah. 3-woods are hard, right? Like you want to be able to hit off the tee, and then you also want to be able to hit off the ground.
Right.
Right. Whereas like a 4 hybrid, you'd probably hit maybe once every few times off a tee, right? You don't.
Oh, never. No, I never.
Even if you
one hole.
Right, throw it on the ground, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of that fine line with a 3-wood. You want to be able to get it, far enough off the tee, but also high enough when you're hitting it into the par 5s and 2 or something off the ground. So it is one of the. I mean, even for tour play, it's probably the hardest club to get consistently.
Yeah. And so that's the 3-wood. I want to do that. I definitely want to lose weight. Because he told me I have to, and number 1, and so is my wife.
And obviously, you want a Scotty Cameron putter.
I want a Scotty Cameron putter. Yeah, Scotty, please. You know what else? I want a Vokey custom designed wedge too. We'll go in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure that can't happen, but anyway, being Canadian, he being Canadian. But anyway, my last thing is the biggest thing I want to work on is my short game, my 125, 150 yards in. That's my biggest thing. I can still, and it's a lot of the pro guys. They can hit the ball real far. I can still hit the ball pretty darn far. It's that, maybe making better choices. Sometimes I don't make better choices in anything.
And that's keep your stats while you play.
Yeah.
Like how many putts you have per round, how many fairways, greens, and that.
Where should you be putts per round?
When I was playing, my goal was between 28 and 29.
Okay, what's realistic for someone like me?
Probably 30.
So 1 more than you.
Yeah, but I mean, you could get that better. How many 3 putts? I think that's where
I had a 4-putt at Stream Song last week. That was tough though. But those are the biggest damn greens I've ever seen in my life.
Well, yeah.
Holy cow.
The more greens you hit, the more putts you're going to have. Right? The average tour guy probably hits 12 greens around. And so they got 6 chances for up and down.
Mm-hmm.
If they're hitting 12 greens, they probably got 5, 6 really good looks at birdie. They're making a few of those. So, the big thing, I remember in 2008, I had a streak of like 300 holes without 3-putt. And that was probably one of the best stretches I had as far as just 6, 8, 10 week run, and so that's like it's almost 4 tournaments, 4 or 5 tournaments without 3-putt.
That's ridiculous.
So, so it's that for me, that was a big one. I know at the same time, Luke Donald was number one. He had the same issue. Like he was same thing, just never 3-putted. And so, if you average 2 around and you get, you take 1 off that, so 1 around.
Mm-hmm. And those are no gimmies either.
Yeah.
Like no, you don't get any gimmies on the PGA Tour.
It's not the amateur within 6 feet. That's good.
I remember once played a member match at my club, and it was like 12 feet, and the guy gave it to us.
Yeah, whatever happened to with inside the leather? Now it's like,
yeah.
It's just
but don't you feel like let's say let's say you're playing with Rory McIlroy. Let's just throw a name, or Ricky Fowler, okay, whoever it is, and he's struggling. Let's say they're struggling that day. Don't you just feel bad? He's got like a 1.5 putt, and there's a chance he could miss it, okay? But don't you feel like, no, you're good?
Well, it depends on what we're playing.
I mean, you can't do that in the PGA Tour. Now you can do that in Ryder Cup.
Like that are like this. It's like, why am I knocking this in? But
yeah, or mulligans.
I've seen guys do it though.
Yeah.
I've done it where I tried to go to hit it, and I kind of just was off balance and trying to hit it and missed off the toe, and it goes.
And your wife saw that, and she's like, "You bastard."
I probably did it when I was missing the cut or something anyway. So.
All right, well that's good. So 3 things you can work on for you, I guess, cold weather golfers like ourselves, and some golf goals and some great tips. And thanks for watching.